Joe United Television UTV Suni Ebraso Omayemuni Amanin Samoa Babuano Yedina Bedamo say Kasiebo na me come say New Kubi Adaruma in Samahodono Bremo that's the way chocolate drink do here and you will share of a special ice mineral water and to project beer and numbi special drinks Sanso and a best point savings and loans limited and a best assurance of my daruma. It is Samahodono Ebremo. Did you want to be any?
Ghana Mampenny and I down Kufado, Eddie so a new man would draw ya Benjamin himself. Woman park when you are Sabi. Now, woman not down when he said, "Your baby, when you made to your person, I said that noir any promo."
I've ended this man you couldn't about on things say a car of mine Ghana, ye dear no. If we say Nana Ado, any MPP abambe transfer 4 years, echo 5 years, you know. Woma bebo o minor car 180 billion Ghana cedis.
Na semfu frobo no na TUC mpanyufo dia to Gyasi was ra abanyada. Wonni nipa wo woni mudie na wawe dare bana katuasam ho na wonhwe abanyuma efo akatua ho nsam so na nkwaye se yehi watikwa no watikwa wa yes we dia miemfa 5 ma no yehi asomasi anim na nanimu atwa kanko a eno soso asode de ma no eyesa.
Honorable Henry Korti, Regional Minister, I will great Accra, Dianimu, and maybe a month for a dining a year kiosa and some fata or a yawa central. Kubunina.
Ya the movable she, Akopiemo, Ewa, Zambia, and Ababe to just say, a person for our Kokobon some Ama Manyo Force, Omunya is a COVID and Rana Yashano, Womudo Mayom Huntin, now Omuya Diawomo.
Of a Ministry of Tourism and a Ghana Tourism Authority in a fee Pana Fest, Omakabo, Ghana, and Penphobia be paying, and the Amayan Omdin Free, Eguom, and us.
Way and in some of Franca, and an Nigerian Numianu, Yati Jaya Day, some more. Ama Sarpong Kumankuma, Gyasi, Minimia Bema.
David Ofori Osafo.
Afe yeshe ensam no ase Ghana Mampenny na dankwa Kufuado ede ato enwuma eye wo manyankasa ye de beka ne say state owned enterprises nanim say ekwan dada no omokrom ache omonane ho kakra emfa kwanu asafoforo ni nimde afoforo nka de omo ye kane ne ho na atumi aboa amma enwuma ye wo man no egina ne naso da ne nkoba se ebegu.
I want to use the opportunity of this platform to commend you, managers of the state entities, for sustaining your organizations satisfactorily and for contributing to this positive development in the midst of this unknown foe. Part of the credit for this evolution goes to the activities of the new board of SIGA under the chairmanship of an outstanding personality of Ghana's private sector, Terry Darko. The theme for this event, driving the implementation of performance enhancement measures in SOEs, JVCs, and other state entities, has thus taken on even more significance as we strive to return our lives to normalcy and our economy to the kinds of growth it enjoyed prior to the onset of the pandemic. Historically, our nation has had difficulties in fashioning out a comprehensive strategic approach to managing the SOE sector. Conflicting objectives, dispersed monitoring systems, lack of transparency, and weak lines of accountability have been symptomatic of Ghana's underperforming SOE sector. I'm hopeful that by the end of each fiscal year, every specified entity that has signed this compact with government will be able to achieve these objectives. You must also focus on your supply chain activities by involving Ghanaian entrepreneurs to spur the micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises MSME sector in order for more and more young people to be employed. If we can do this continuously for 5 years, imagine the number of lives we will be impacting. I'm encouraged to hear that most of your entities will be posting profits this year, and happier to learn that some will finally pay dividends to the state. Say that all of us involved in the operations of SIGA should put our ideals and ideas, experience and expertise together and work as a team. The Ghanaian people expect no less from us and demand that we put this country onto the path of sustained progress and prosperity. We should provide leadership that thinks of the next generation and not just the next election. The challenges exist, but we have great opportunities in the foundation we have laid too. With your commitment and determination, I believe we will overcome them and enable this government to establish the structure of the strongest economy in our history. It is a laudable goal, the goal of a Ghana beyond aid. May God bless us all in our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong.
NDC amanyukuno ade ababonten se efiri se oman Ghana yinya afahudie efiri 1957 ebedu sabri no aban bia ni ho ababa so na wabo man no eka etese omampani Akufo-Addo ene ni NPP amanyukuno na sansem we na Dr. Ato Forson our former deputy finance minister and the etuja chese within 5 years Nana Akufo-Addo ene ni MPP bedi ade no womo abo man Ghana ka 180 billion Ghana cedis.
President Akufo-Addo inherited a public debt of 28.7 billion US dollars. Then within a space of 4 years only, the current administration increased Ghana's public debt to 50.8 billion US dollars. This means an increase by 22 billion US dollars within a space of 4 years. In cedi terms, this amount increased to 171.2 billion US dollars, Ghana cedis. Because what this means is that this 22 billion, if you are to use the exchange rate of 5.7, at the end of December 2020, it becomes 171.2 billion Ghana cedis. In fact, he moved it from 120.3 billion to 291.6 billion. But colleagues, it is important for us to understand that this 191.6 billion excludes the Sino-Hydro loan. It also excludes the energy bond of 8 billion. You recall that recently the IMF had said that they have added the Sino-Hydro loan of about 30 million Ghana cedis and the energy bond of 8 billion to our public debt. So if we are to add it to the 291 billion, then it means that within the first 4 years in office, Ghana's public debt moved to 300 billion Ghana cedis. And this will mean that within 4 years in office, they increased Ghana's public debt to 180 billion Ghana cedis. That's the quantum in which within 4 years they added from President Kufuor to Tamils John Mahama and where they have. So you see that straight away.
Yeah, Osafo yetwa ensam no so. NDC amanyokuo no ewo wonom nkasa ho dwumadie ya wo church o man sikasam ene ka MPP abande abeja o man yisu ono. Na yeru Ato Forson sade tu dwase. Yesikasam ntoto ye na nkasa enkoyi. Wo munye ne ye. O man ye no wonwan si one time. Ubu akire na abesi animu saa. Na yehwe o man sikagu basa.
The IMF Debt Sustainability Analysis, the DSA, in the year 2019, and this is before COVID-19, put Ghana at a high risk of debt distress. The situation by the end of the year 2020 certainly will worsen. But my worry is, using the programmed loans that this government intends to borrow in the year 2021, the situation is certainly going to deteriorate. Comparing the debt sustainability indicators in the year 2020 to those in the year 2001. When Ghana was declared HIPC, it is clear that the 2020 indicators are worse than those in the year 2001, even though the debt to GDP indicator shows an improvement. But let me say that even though Ghana has not been declared HIPC by the Bretton Woods institutions, the debt sustainability indicators clearly shows that Ghana, unfortunately, is heavily indebted poor country. But this actually has some key implications to the Ghanaian economy. I expect that capital expenditure going forward is going to reduce. I also expect that government will not be in a position to increase public sector wages even to the minimum level of inflation, just like we've seen in the year 2021, where government, whilst inflation is almost at 9%, we only awarded about 4% being wage increases. I also expect that going forward from the year 2021, I expect that there will be new taxes because government need to correct some of these imbalances. I wish to urge that in as much as the government intends to impose new taxes, they shouldn't be distortionary. There should be taxes that will spur economic growth, targeting the right people of the economy, and it should not actually disturb the running of the economy. We want to urge that the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia government must be bold to tell the Ghanaian public the truth, that the Ghanaian economy has been driven into the ditch and will require an urgent fiscal measure to pull out from the ditch. We expect the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia government to seek an urgent debt relief from the International Monetary Fund through the newly proposed debt relief initiative known as the Common Framework for Debt Treatment beyond the Debt Service Suspension Initiative, DSSI, which can be likened to HIPIC, similar to HIPIC, and it's important the government do that. We will also submit that failure by the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia government to do so, as recommended, will mean that within 18 months from today, Ghana would be exposed to a high risk of default on its debt service obligation, which will plunge this country into a deeper economic crisis. Honorable members, we also wish to recommend to the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia government that they should not wait until disaster strikes and we default on our debt service obligation before taking the necessary action, as this would weaken our position to negotiate favorably.
And adwumadie sonko akoso ewo education ministry na wada 20-member governing board edema University of Ghana edi na ahwe sa board idia former chief justice yamame justice Sophia Akufu wono ana ebeda no mpanifo bi eka ho no yewo yenra professor Bafo Ajimandua sanso na yenra professor Beniza Udru Ousu sanso na Ora Amos Opon Amankwa wonyina beka ho ebi na education minister Dr. Yao Osei Educhum on hwe emadwumadin ekoso na nsem sei enopanin editudwa.
Council, begin to look at your global competitiveness and begin to look at globalization and its impact on your institution 20 years from now. You may not be a council member at the time, but what you do today is what will define the legacy of the university that you are going to be a council member of. Consequently, this is something that the council should take interest in, globalization and its impact on University of Ghana's future. Is very important. We don't have to overlook it, and by the time you know, you'll be overtaken by events. Going to see a drop in enrollment, and the students will be telling you, I'd rather go to this university and not yours. So it's something that we should begin to look into and see how we become globally competitive. I've talked about the academic rigor, very, very critical. Students should walk into corporate world with the requisite skills. There are a number of corporate entities that probably can hire more for us. But sometimes they lament that the graduates that come to them doesn't have what they want. So University of Ghana, premier university, should do well to ensure that companies will be seeking graduates from your university. Thank you for accepting to serve. I'm honored that you really responded to my invitation. And I'm very grateful to every one of you.
On behalf of my colleagues, I assure you that shocked though the notice was and everything, we have landed on our feet.
Thank you.
And are running.
Thank you.
Yes. So these are interesting challenges and will make the work very interesting for most of us, I think all of us, because the challenge to fit and retool and reposition the University of Ghana to be still viable and relevant 25 years, 30 years to come is a very interesting challenge. And I think that with the people here present, it's a challenge that will be met. And by the time our term is over, there will be significant progress. And so, once again, thank you very much.
Abasuboju medie bi ekoso ewo Asante Mantamu July bosumi ni da na toso edunso na eye Millennium Excellence Award ya eye Millennium Foundation womo ene de sa abasubodie yaba na womo ede abasubodie emu odu pa ede ema ye Speaker of Parliament Yera Kingsford Alban Sumana Bagwin ese ye kamera shebedwani a wache wo ye bra shebedwa fie dia na wo sefata na dwumadie yi anase sa foundation ya wo hyehye sa award sonkun otekokoso na ese etu ababio Asante Mawura wono ene sinitire so a broni beka ne se patron a oda ano.
This is our day. Not just my day, but our day. The Parliament of Ghana and the members of the Parliament of Ghana. I want to thank the Almighty God whose favor and mercies have brought me this far, and for guiding the recognition of me for this prestigious award. His guidance over the years has given me the opportunity, the needed strength and fortitude to serve this House in various capacities. First, as a member of Parliament, then as chairman of various committees, minority leader, majority leader, second deputy speaker, and today, the Speaker of this Parliament, an institution of might and majesty. I owe this award to His continuous grace and blessings. And I must say, I am extremely, extremely grateful to the Almighty God.
Speaker, Alban Sumana Bagbin, Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, has built his own parliamentary pyramid, from member of parliament to minority leader to chairman of committee to majority leader, and now to the apex and zenith of it, the Speaker of Parliament. How refreshing that he has been recognized for this award for meritorious service to our republic. And Mr. Speaker, whilst I congratulate him, I miss no words in adding that Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin has made a remarkable, if not an unparalleled, contribution to the evolution and development of parliamentary democracy in Ghana, particularly under the Fourth Republic.
It is my prayer that with this recognition, parliamentarians would be seen as major players in the democratic governance of this country. That parliamentarians need to be resourced to work for the people, to deliver on the mandate of the people. That it is indeed a sine qua non mandate. It is a basic bona fide of a parliamentarian to be well resourced to deliver, because we go to the people. Mr. Speaker, you as an arbiter or a referee who umpires Parliament, and to that extent, you are technically not part of us, by your own history, you can be neutral. But Mr. Speaker, impartiality, no doubt, is expected. And we must admit that so far so good, but it can be better. On behalf of my board, the majority leader, accept our warmest congratulations, and we thank the Millennium Excellence Foundation, whose rep, no doubt, with his oratory, of course, as a distinguished Freemason, delivered what was expected of him on behalf of Otumfo. Mr. Speaker, I thank you, and God bless you.
Yeah, more peerful speaker. You see, the queen ni fatanoa, a fatana kono, young quenias. Nti, why are dear? You're more chinkwa. Osafo, you're tongue crabber.
Observe some makwa baba UTV kaseboi eso yetwa ensem so na yekwa Osafo hwe enkamantam no eso Honorable Henry Korti aseye opani wo bodwuma pasere be a enkan ebetin wine nei odani chiremu ewo ayawa so central bia a omanfo asisi dan ni kioso a ensem fata no opani edienim amani nyina no ene wedwiri agu
Yetian under let's make a crowd work agenda no. Yeah, but madam say niama anko ye. Yeah, betre no. Na Obronisi charity begins at home. Where the Miami fee ni me constituency ni why na to abama me. And so enya na enye. Nti MC any engineer Oma rounds bebre and incrofwe din commercial baby a musisi adan kura yamane nye enso asodi yara omuntie nti na yaba o hwe dan ya masa mo ba kaya asori bi ebubugu incrofwe bi so e wo east region baby say ya na tie enuan kwa na guade mu anya papa say ba ne say incrofwe kro mu omo so mu a enso to masa nipa bewu baby esinu susu nye esan say enso to na eyiri a edi nipa na beko toso biensa wo ma anye permit engineer mo abaha wo ma choro ho ba ku mienu miensa enfom ho into the tie no se ese eboa nipa na osi no ne esan boa won ye ba be ye adwuma wom wo mu nkwa ne hia nti ai sa adwuma no afi kokomlemle 210 school ye friend Panama hoso abrantie bi sukuru na ne nche no ano no de why in the container wo beton se bio ensane niama aya government asase a sukuru fo nkwada wo ho enti ye se we de yempene enti nyame adum enfitiase no na ontenu wase kakra na moment kwa wiye no wate ase se de oye ni nye enti mia ma tra ni se ompe baby asase a sabio ehun samu ni ho na ye mua no na ontumi nye bibi na onu so ni nsan kwana no anu atire no malata MC Olidi tax force na mo ko ho gota no mo niam ifi no MC akohwe ma omo tumi asiesie ho nyina kama nti anu mu ane ewo
omo sidan basa no ye ho omo ba ho ubehu a na omo asi no permit nothing ye ko chiro se bra na ye ntrase onu susu ayasem nti ene obia be hu se sabio awaso central yesusu ye dibu
Yanko ensam fufuro mu Osafo no ene hwenkita wode hu nsam so yewura kwadwo pon kroma se de anim no ofose ayire bi ja nkrase nkekara nkakra ya keka bo mama no won na yemra hyebedwani ewo ho na bra wonum wo bontoa na wapese omanfo to abama no wo hye wonum bo Sarpong hu nsam de obema nani akum ho ebra wonya adwa no so ode ase ayoyo esi theater shonko kama e de amane manfo se de beye a wo kyena si obi yade a obetumi enya baabi akohwe ne ho yade na enkoye se ema ya wo nkofo ka mu MP de ne ka akoduro MP a wo aka asemasi o na abehu yewura pon kroma ka mu na obi de chim na wawo agu kamu saa ne yamani nyina opese esotie na apomde ho nsem egiane na so yema de hye a ewo ofuase ayebi
abra wo bie saa theater yi ewo Breniase Health Center no onmonyamfo kojo Kumankuma ode etudwa se apomuden eye ade bi esi nani so pa se ekwan bia so obeyere ne ho ama ne constituency ofuase ayerebi wo matimi edi enimu na etimi aboa enunti Breniase Health Center no enche bia no wo hwe se wo mo betimi aye no polyclinic ede ama wo mo no makọ wanim eti ho nkrata asem no wafiti ase
Breniase man mwakere se apomuden ho asem hia mo ankasa mo akeka mo nsase aye niam ahodo enunti edan yesiwe emfidie wom eno na doctor for di ka cheche mo no mpa ye de ji awo ewo so wono ma wonte hyewa yare mfidie a de hwewom ebi wom akoma yare ho mfidie ECG machines ebi wom titiriu se oba endu bosomen kono no na se owo na kwala no ewo se nko odi ba bosomen mienu ana me nsa woni ma me ma nsa no oba na nso ntina akwala no eba ye wa fidie friend incubator eno na na me say me secretary ka se obi sa ye se odan ba ko pe ne wa ha obrenpon na na no Breniase theater yes incubators mienu ene wo e wa ase ansa na fidie ahodo a ebeboa ma achimansa nyina ya po muden emu apagya no ye de aba
eno achi no district health director Emma achimansa mensinimu eye madam Gifty so no ono so kasa ene wo che se wo de ahobrase esre aban ene MP no de nam no so se wo mo casual workers no omunya omo permanent yemfa wo mo krai san se ebinum wo ho a wo mekom ho ama adwuma ye transfer wo mo kro mo se wonom enko.
I wish to humbly appeal to my regional boss, the Regional Director of Health Services, to remember the people of Achimansa when it comes to posting of critical staff, such as anesthetists, theater nurses, registered nurses, pharmacists, or a pharmacy technician. This will in diverse ways help in the smooth running of the theater. And also, some equipment, director, such as a blood bank fridge, will be needed for this facility.
Ne krakra mu na kontihine a wo achim Breniase Nana Kwabna Dubin ono so eda onmunyamfo kojo Kumankuma ase kire ne se baby a wonum apomuden ewo no ekwan na ewo ho no nye nti se ngomutimi be ye kwan no so a aka be boa pa na afi wo munya ambulance so a enke no so eye
they say theater nyame adom odi abrain na ye fe ye kwan ifuri kwatan so ba ha omo en time edu be bi so na se ambulance ba diglikani adne ba te be se kakra na aka no obehwe mo matan omo guso na besi ama ebe emergency bia
Observe to answer so na ye call the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Menoka say wamone Ghana Tourism Authority and a fee Pan-African Historical Theatre Festival. Mwaka bomuche sempenifobia. Omabetwem no ma ye bi ama oman Ghana. No ma free no oma hyase di nhwire egu enaso.
We are also here to celebrate the resilience of African spirit and blackness. This day should signify a rebirth for us as a people. How do we work together to rebuild and regain our lost? The youth of this country must rise above the past and use our creative talents to build a new narrative for Africa. Our brothers and sisters here, let's join hands in unity to change the story of the African. We salute all the fallen heroes of the struggle.
If you are with the Muslim they survived. And also before Africans, they survived. A chain couldn't be almost survive. We want to survive. About athletics and before the decline, over boxing and before the decline. Even now, your president and your friend Barack Obama are here before a year. No matter the situation, no matter the storm, we can come out of it. They are victorious.
Kumankuma analyzed the extent of the devastation unleashed by capitalism and its highest form, imperialism, as the monopolization of world markets demanded an exploited, downtrodden population to provide labor and the consumptions of goods and services.
A representative of Pan-Africanists of Africa, Dr. Kumankuma, it's a huge privilege that we have, and we should remember that, and we should celebrate that, and we should invite ourselves as Ghanaians to get to deal with this issue that we are the Black Star of Africa. And we really need to deepen this privilege that we have and make sure that all the premises are well taken care of and well patronized, and that we stand on the shoulders of these great men and women who have not been mentioned to go ahead with this struggle that is still with us.
And before you turn crab assisia.
Abzafo esam kwa baba UTV kasebui eso yetwansem no eso.
Yetwaso dia na yede ani chiremu Trade Union Congress twetwofo panyini Dr. Yabandi atudwa se wosra abanya wonhwe na wompe wonum anim de eba na katua nsem ho na wom ntwoso bo memu na enkoye se bongo di farade se de ohwe ne tenten na basa tete no a ne empe 1000 bi mana bu amade ne na mfiamfia nti 200 yesa enkoyi enti won hwemu bio na enema ntimi ntotowie na obi anya akatua ese fata no na anye yehwe nhwehwe animu ene yahwe omomaso ene yatua okese anaketo
sa negotiation ya ye no aban sika ode mai afi ne 2022 no bebre na ni anye ho enti mi chechire mu se enye no nko na aban de mai na mom aban mai bibi ka ho de kan aban se obi oye adwuma wo public sector ye nyina di say bia say aban minister enti no ye nkrofo di ya friend redundancy no aban hye mboso sade no omunye de tosu mienu aban ekirekire mu se ye gi ne ode man no a obetumi so ama wafa nkrofo young people a oma wie school universities near colleges no omutitifi no aban betumi afa bi enti se so hwa enche bia na president ka se efi sabre ye kwakusi 2024 ombe fa nipa be se 1 million ade bia omuka wo negotiation ase enti we omu de to so a kire yen se enye ntro bi ena omudi de to so miensa aban hye yen bo se adwumani bia nya omo wo aban mu nkwa omo wo private sector nyina no aban be make sure say COVID vaccine no ubia anya bi ya chese ya de papa if say you COVID is here na cry stand am to say COVID no ba na eba ena the twatwo pensions ye nim say your pension no payment ya na delay nti aban hye mbose se ye gi no de man no a obehwe na your pension no tambia no motua no wano se na etie nti nema na we na aban e de kan kakra no a omde man no ho yenso ye gitum
yenim sene ye members ni bi ne anyom de ne so na yeso enye ye de enso wo ko negotiation na wo ne you negotiate in good faith so obi ka asema na se aba wo ma utie ye share data in several ways we share Ghana Statistical Service data on the buy on the effect of the pandemic on the economy sene bebre na wo private sector elusi omadwuma ebi mo salaries ye temu mienu wo jefa ebi mo kra de chese so motifie a omunya adwuma anomaye enti ye hwe sa neoma ni na ehu se ye ya na ye public sector no obi akoso ye na adwuma ebi mu kra tena efie several months ano mu nkɔ adwuma enso every bosumi bia na omogie omaketua enti sa neoma ni na ye hwe na ma ye te ase se ye ni na ye gitu mu se enye sei na ekoye nim no ye behwe na de ese na efata se no se neoma ya agree no ni na ye chiro ye enti no ye bekoso ni amonita ni ahwe se dia ebona aban hye no odi so no wahwe amana ayeye enti it's about monitoring and we always have a way of engaging enti ye bekoso ni amonita ni engage ni ahwe se nioma e wo se aban hye no ye no wahwe aye
Aviade ni chemu ewo Best Assurance Company Limited. Juma ku isa okosa okoya insurance packager. Ejuma efo mu nyabotre pa de ma oni kama na management e de majuma ku se ompese juma efo no odwuma di omudi no omode ko next level kra. Nchemi no ka se won abomodin aye leadership training workshop e de ama odwuma efo nyina.
Best Assurance Company Limited ayensi achiba edwumaku a ewo man Ghana mu a wo mo eye adwumaden pa ni nyina no wo mutumi yensi achiba ema enipa bebre ewo akwan ahodo bebre so na se de be ya wo mo adwuma no wo mo ye wo man Ghana mu no betumi adi mu na wo mutumi asom wo madwuma yefo anase wo mo customers eyie pa no ntino wo mo aye training dwumadie bi ama wo mo adwuma yefo se de be ya akwan a wo mbefa so ene wo mo customers adi dwuma wo man Ghana mu no ebetumi adi mu no wo tumi aye adwuma ni ye ama wo mo eno enam so ama managing director Emma Best Assurance Company Limited Emmanuel Kwasi Japan ene UTV kasefo atwetwe nkomo akire mu ne ntia wo mo ade yo madwuma yefo no afasa antete ye no emu
Best Assurance your vision And it says, I say we want to be the most dependable insurance company in Ghana. Na near a quiet breakfast where they and it's a bina yeshia and then say you be provided that sound peace of mind. Say obey your insurance or best assurance or wakoda because we say be bia etoa best assurance say protection is assured into no yetawichi
Enuachi ena baba mahama oye insurance consultant ya odi adwumayefo efa ntete mu no ene UTV kase enso etwetwe nkomo.
In fact adwuma bia se obetu mpon a ejina the type of leadership awo nti ne ye komondie ni nyina ye largely on leadership. Sene ebe ya obi a ohwe adwuma no so no ode ahombrase any nipa do every na kuma mu ye adwuma ebema customers aba company no because obia wo adwuma bia na wo serve customers here na wo tenia omo hia no na wo ye ne ebetimi aboa omo a ombesan ba abe to ne ma free ho
Omanfo be kaye nche kra na sen ya bi si ye ya posti ni bi ya yesi wote sika homa ye de kɔ enipa firi hin pe bebo ni troku ni ya na chese mfoni ni kwa anya de etumi hwe enra na abusua ene adwuma a wo ye emu mpanyimfo omamu mpanyimfo atwetwe wuro ekabo mu eye na ye ewo gomu anyenya no eye Kakraba School Park na ye nkohwe kakra enra
who since 14 June 2021 has been promoted posthumously is Lance Corporal Emmanuel Osei. He died a patriot. He died a professional. He died epitomizing the high standards of the Ghana Police Service that I have always recalled with pride. Yes, he's dead, but he's a hero. He joins the long list of heroes and heroines who have died in the police service. And we will continue to remember him as he belongs to the epitaph that every year we go to pay respects to. But I want to make this passionate appeal to all of us, that when we fail to be friends to the security agencies, we condone the actions of criminals and we make all of us subject to the insecurity in the country.
na yasre won de won chiche worry because wo ye busua omo ahwerade adofo ahwerade Ghana police omo ahwerade Ghana police ayate papa the way to Muamma Abrantin state burial and we recommend them for that what they have done. IGP nanim penyifo ahwe one man state burial the man because obi ye dwuma na odu baby na author we dwuma ne mu a edwuma no recognizing make kind tributing so men with the one born bad from constable to last corporal into police administration omo ayate
late Osei Nimano my classmate Osai me ma ye start say ye nkola no nya nkola bremu no madam for na me ne wo part-time hospital it say Osei wu no na mibisa me ho questions be pray say na eba ne den because ye sure obi a on pen ho sem Osei obi a hard so be kasa obi ye bibi obi kasa nti na mibisa mo say adent na ye Osei but na me nenim nti
me fa ne kra ensie yie na abusuafo ne agina saara kusemi so e de kasebo ni nyina ba na wie ye dia na me kai mo sabata de Star Glow for and de sheme o number 0244 329924 0244 329924 cute cat e wa be cat junction no mo de ye miti obetumi a follow mu nyina on Instagram na me pacho baby a wo bia ma ye bi e de amaw ye ye be so mo enne enyumre eyeme Ama Sarpong Kumankuma Gyasi mene
David Ofori Osafo
Bongo Difara